Welcome back to my Creative Chronic Life, and today I am back with a completely different type of video for my channel. I have decided that I wanted to kind of fall back in love with ink. Ink? Is that the word I'm trying to look for? Fountain inks. No, fountain pens. And of course with fountain pens comes ink. So I have this beautiful Aura Estelle planner that I picked up in a D-stash. It is a B6 size. It's absolutely stunning. You can see it's still got the little sticker on it because I've not used it. I wanted to originally, but I've just not had the chance. It's this beautiful pink. I think this is the Aura Estelle Cloud. It's got the silver trimmings. We've got little pockets and pockets at the back here. We've got a couple of pen loops and some strings to add some notebooks. But here's what I wanted to do with it. I decided, because I am now going to be using I'm going to be using fountain pens. I have a Ferris press wheel ink order, and I wanted to do a swatch. So with that came me going on a hunt to find a planner or something, or to find something I can ink swatch with, and I just didn't find anything that I actually liked. So I decided that I would go ahead and make my own inserts. Now if you've seen my previous setups in terms of other planners, I've used this before, but it's too pretty not to use again. And unfortunately I didn't realize, and I left the little you know, the cut lines on there, but I'm not bothered because I'm just going to add some kind of gems at the back, or maybe some washi or something, we'll see. So what I thought I would do is I would set up the planner with you and then go ahead and do an ink swatch. So I'm just going to move this out the way, and actually I like to keep it back in its kind of protective case, because I have a cat and every time he seems to see either a leather handbag or my planner, he thinks it's a fair game for him to be able to scratch. So I made my own inserts. Of course this was purchased. I'll leave the description, name in the description box. So I designed this. It says ink, pretty simple. So what I will be doing is adding a little bit of the ink there and just writing the name, and then I'll do a lighter swatch to a darker swatch. That's just like a basic, and we've got a couple of sheets of them. Let's turn it over, and this is in the B6 size. And then I've done a fountain pen one, again pretty much similar to the same, and then here I'll just write the name of any fountain pens I've collected. And then again here, this is like a more in-depth, so we've got the date that I purchased it, where I purchased it from, and the amount that I paid, and then the pen type. So is it a Ferris wheel press, is it a glass pen, is it a lamy pen, whatever that might be, the size of it, so the total size of it, and then of course the nib size. Is it, you know, a fine nib, is it whatever it might be, a medium nib, and then any description, so what color the pen would be. I would love to be able to add an image, so I've put that there. And then we've got some shading techniques, so just to see how kind of like the pen and the thickness and the thinness. So originally we can just do a swatch, so whatever ink swatch I'm using, to just do like a little color swatch. We've got scribbling, stippling, hatching, and then cross hatching. So scribbling is just when you just draw, stippling is when you do little dots, hatching is where you crisscross, and then obviously hatch, and crisscrossing is the cross hatch. I've added a little space here to add the image of the pen, because I have some sticker paper which I can then print off into little boxes and add here. I haven't done that for this swatch, but I'll do that for the future ones, just because I haven't had time and I really want to do this kind of pen test. So, and then we've got some sections here to be able to do pen test, to see how the pen writes, etc. And then we've got a few pages of them, just to double check. Yep. And then we've got swatches, so actual swatches, and this is what it looks like. So here again we've got the date, purchase, and the amount. So the pen swatch, the current pen I'm using it with, is it a glass pen, etc. And again, swatching, scribbling, we've got the stippling, hatching, cross hatch, and here I can write details about either the specific color, or I can do like a quick, so if I need something to match this particular color, let's say it's a diamond black for example, or diamond blue, and I'm wanting to put that in my planner, I can easily do that and be accessible, because all I'd have to do is kind of match whatever kit or color theme I've got and just check, and that's where it's easy for me to be able to know. And then again we've got like a little test section here. I really liked designing these were really fun to design, and I've kept it pink. I mean, I could always change up if I wanted to, but I kept it pink on purpose, only because I wanted to be able to you know, just have it match the planner as such. But these can come in any colors, and then these are just the generic swatches, so you just get either a paintbrush or a little bit of dab of ink and let it do its own thing. So if you have metallic paints, or you know, paints that change color depending on the light or thickness to use them, this is a great way to see. And I wanted to keep like either do a swatch of all of the colors that I have, so there'd probably be one page of that, and then maybe on the following page I could start all the greens, all the blues, you know, and then eventually as my collection builds up I could, you know, continue on like that. And at the end I just printed out this from Josephine Bow Designs. I picked up a printable, so I just tried to use what I already had at home. And again, this is B6 paper. It's quite thick. It's a good, I think it's 160 or 180 GSM card stock. So that they are the inserts that I've got. So I'm just gonna move them to the side, and then in terms of, you know, items to decorate the planner, I think I'm going to maybe add some snippets and then kind of go off camera to be able to do that, because I need a lot of space to be able to cut things down. I'll show you what I've currently got in terms of cardstock. We've got this bow, we've got these kind of, is it acetate. I also have this which is left over. Got some pink cardstock. We're also using, it says hello gorgeous. I have this card from OK Doodle. It says you are blooming lovely, and then we've got some cards that I made myself. We've got life is not a race, bloom at your own pace, one day at a time, be inspired, be yourself, an obstacle is often a stepping stone, breathe, the key to a happy life is positive thinking, see the beauty in the little things. So I've made all of these myself. They're almost like credit card size, which is absolutely fine. And then I have a variation of those which I'm thinking to possibly use. This is like a bookmark type of bow. Got a white one there, and I've made all of these myself. And then in terms of, I know inside is silver, and I only really have gold, what's the word, gold, can't think of the word, what are they called, magnetic charms. So they're Colour Cafe, not sure these were in the D-stash. No, I got gifted them actually by a friend. I've actually made this myself and also made this myself, and I just thought it got really well together. I had a setup last year which was white and pink, and I thought I'm not using that planner at all this year. So I decided that I was going to take the items out of that, put that planner back in storage, and then I removed everything off of there just so that I can basically start afresh. And there's no point in me completely starting afresh, because I might as well use what I have rather than not. And then I have this Fresh Florals 24 by, no, 2 times 24 double sheet printed, 250 GSM cardstock, and I thought if I needed a little bit of a pop of colour, I can have that option, and this is what the colour themes look like. So yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just place all these items back. I'm going to slowly start with just possibly seeing if the vellum works and the acetate works, that type of thing. I'm only really going to concentrate on the front, so maybe you can add some music over and you can just kind of watch the process behind the scenes. So we'll move all these items out the way. I'm really looking forward to doing these swatches. I actually have been waiting a little while for my Ferris press wheel order to come in. Of course it was delayed because one of the diamond inks was out of stock, but now they said they were going to send me a replacement, and then we had a whole discussion about it, and then all of a sudden it started to say that it was shipped, which is absolutely fine, it's not a problem. I'm glad it arrived before the new year. So this is not a rush as such, but it feels like, how can I explain? It feels like, would that look pretty? I think that would, wouldn't it? That over the bows, or the bows too? No, I like this one. So we'll cut this down to size, and then we will go ahead and maybe use this for something else. I thought maybe this is a pop of colour, but it's okay, not a problem. So move these to the side. We can always use this for something else, and that's what I love about creating as such. All I do is just take out my cutter, and this is from I think it's from, just going to measure it to about 13. It's from what's the name? Paper Chic Plans. The shop is no longer available. I'm not sure if I want to do a tab. No, I think I'll leave the tab for now. Always press down a little bit more when it comes to acetate, otherwise. And then I'm just going to take the teeny tiny amount off the top, or should I just leave the top? I think I'll leave the top. I don't think it matters. I am not sure how I got that one. Okay. I think I know how. Because you really have to press down, otherwise it moves slightly. It's only a slither shot. It's fine. Make sure that the cat doesn't get that. Yeah, so because I only received it yesterday, I went on a kind of mad hunt to find what I wanted to use. I thought I would be using a Lily journals for the swatching, but I then decided to change my mind. I'm going to use that journal as a way to plan as a media kind of tracker as such. And I have this We Are Us Memory Keepers. Might have been helpful if I emptied out. I've just been cutting all the holes for the papers. My goodness me, I'm making a mess now. I actually film in the winter in my living room, and the reason for that is because of the lighting, because we have our winters so short, it makes yeah, that looks super pretty, doesn't it, with the pink? I love that. Okay, our winters are so short, I don't have enough hours in the day to be able to enjoy the light as such. So what it means is that I'm having to film where the light is the most, which is usually our bay window in the living room, and I don't have everything that I need here, so I'm constantly bringing everything that I need, and then I might have to get back up for 100 times. It's super annoying, but yeah. So I went on a mad dash today to find, I made the inserts yesterday. It didn't take me very long because I had an idea visualized, and then I printed them out a little while ago, and then I spent maybe about 20 minutes or so finding what I needed. Now this is a We Are Memory Keepers hole punch, and we've got different settings here. So we've got A5, we've got personal or desk fax, a pocket or a mini, A6 or an agenda. So this is the setting I'm using, is the personal / desk fax, which seems to be a B6. I've actually shortened the pages just slightly. Again, it was out of necessity because I cut one wrong and then I just made them all short. So and then I also have this, but it's not tall enough, so we'll see if we need to cut that down. So I think what I'm going to do is, rather than talk about it, I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee. My husband made me one before he left, and he's such a sweetie. He even put whipped cream on it, and that's usually a treat. And because we're on New Year's Eve, he said, oh, it doesn't matter. I was like, are you sure it doesn't matter? I'm not sure if I'm going to pop over some music, or will I just continue talking? We'll find out in a moment. I love that these have already got elastics on there, so if I wanted to add like a notebook, which I think I might just make my own and have a cover printed on there. I actually used to make notebooks myself, so I used to sew them by hand or put them in the sewing machine, but also I can use that string too, but either or, and I can actually hole punch them in terms of having like them in a ring format. So I'm not sure what exactly I'll be doing, but whatever I decide, I've got plenty, and I mean plenty of time to think about it. So first things first, let's add the inserts, and I've got quite a good stack, haven't I, already? I'm not adding any more than this, only because this is currently enough for what I need, and of course as time goes on this may possibly get bulkier anyway, which is fine by me. Okay, so we have, first off, I always like to decide which bow I want to use, and I think I already have, maybe not so this one. I mean, I love this one, but the only problem is, let's have a look from the outside. That actually looks really cute, doesn't it? Okay, so what I like to do is attach the bow to the front page. Yeah, okay, so that's there, and I'm not too worried about the little mark lines, you can barely see here. And then we will decide on if we want to add any of these items. I thought I had some more, so I'm just going to have a quick look, because I was busy organizing things a few days ago into my kind of goodies / box. of random leftovers and stickers. Oh, I knew I had something. That's pretty. Sort these out in a moment. This is from Colour Cafe. So I think let's add that there. Okay, so let's open it and then have a look. Just move that to the side, open, and then we've got our section here. And I'm not mad at the fact that it is kind of mixed metals and textures. I'm not mad at it. I thought I might be, but it doesn't really bother me at all. I mean, I don't have a lot of silver items, only because I radiate more towards gold anyway. So this is what we've got. We've got a charm that I made. We've put some ribbon, cardstock. This is from Colour Cafe. Added a bit of cardstock. You are blooming lovely. And then we have this little white card here, the breathe card that I made. And then on this side we've got a pen from Colour Cafe which matches beautifully. I added this little charm here. This is just so that you can add stickers or anything else to the back. I probably won't be using stickers in this, but you never know, might have a need for it. We have our front cover, and then we go straight into the ink part. And it continues on like that. So this is the end of the video. I hope you've all enjoyed watching. I will be sharing part 2 of the ink swatches tomorrow or the day after, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.